Alright, so we hear about natural disasters all the time, and we never really think that they can affect us. We heard about, for example, the earthquakes and tsunamis in Japan. I personally was like, that's a terrible thing, but I didn't think anything like that could ever happen to me, myself. And then recently, starting a couple of years ago, we had the first fires in California, the first big fires as of recently. And since then, they've kept going up until this year, where the new fire, the Kincaid Fire, is now ravaging Northern California. I personally live in an area, Northern California, Santa Rosa, where the fires are directly affecting people, and they have in the past. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about how the fires can affect people all over California, some of the consequences of those, and my personal experience with all these disasters. So, first of all, the fires affect people in a lot of ways. The first way is in damages, obviously. Over the last several years, there have been billions of dollars in property damages over the lands. People's companies have been destroyed. For example, vineyards, especially in Northern California, have been taken down because of these fires, and it's caused a lot of problems for the economies of Northern California and the people who lose these properties and areas. Second, all the relocations. People have been evacuated, and sometimes their houses are destroyed and they can't go back. And insurance can cover so much, but a lot of people weren't prepared for fires, and insurance was only able to cover a little over half of the damages. 65% was the average from a couple of years ago. And this has caused a lot of problems. Some people have the resources to uproot their lives and be able to figure something out, but a lot of the people who lost their homes and are still losing their homes today don't have anywhere to go, and it's causing a lot of problems for families, schools, and people in general. The smoke as well. My brother actually has not gone to school this whole week because the school closed down because of smoke in the atmosphere and the air, which has made it unsafe and unfit for people to go and attend school, as their lungs and health could be affected. And like Beatrice said, PG&E has also been making their best efforts to stop these fires from happening and prevent lawsuits, but it's not really working as well as they thought, and I think their stock price dropped 30% since the fire started this year. And I want to tell you a little bit about my personal experience. So a couple years ago in the Tubbs fire, my entire school burned down. I think about half the school lost their homes and had to relocate. We ended up having to go to a different site off campus. It was a church where we had classes in the main recreation room. I had to evacuate my house and move to my grandma's house for a couple weeks during the main parts of the fire. And the impact that has on me is something I've never really felt before, the realization that disaster is this close and can affect you no matter where you are or who you are, and you're never really fully safe from it, and it's nice to realize that it's helping you be more prepared in the future. And I knew all these people that lost their homes, and some people were able to figure it out and rebuild. Some people had to leave. Some people, I think, left the country and our school to go live with family elsewhere. But the damages that these fires have been causing have not only been causing money and property damages, but also emotional and mental problems for a lot of people. We also had counseling at our school recently, again, because of people coming in with, when the fires restarted last year, the same things were happening. A lot of people were feeling almost like a post-traumatic stress disorder from that. But in the end, in conclusion, the fires are bad and they've caused a lot of problems, but they also have helped us grow as a community. During these fires, my community has rallied. They've come together, supported each other. There's a lot of posters I saw. One, I think, that stuck. I think it was, "The love in the air is thicker than smoke." And that really resonated with me because no matter how much damage or just problems these fires have been causing, people have always been able to come together, rebuild, recreate what they once had, and come together as a community. Thank you.